All right, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Thanks for coming to the premiere, and thanks for coming into the live. We have a special guest tonight. My guy right here. We got, well, you've probably seen him as that flipper dude, but we got Steve with us. So show him some love in the chat. So right on. Yeah, that's right. What Coco and Chewy said. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like.
I thought I was in a rave there for a minute with that music that was playing.
What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Well, we'll give all of our haste as we see people come in. I'll let you know I'm seeing you and saying hello. Thanks for coming in. But I'll start off with what matters most. And I know my friend Steve here agrees. What matters most is the name of Jesus. So I just want to lift him up right now and put him first. And that's what matters most is lift him up. The word says that if we lift up the name of Christ, that he will draw all men to his side. And it doesn't necessarily mean people will believe, but they'll draw them. So that's what we believe in. And what I would like to say is the fact is we've all sinned. If we all look at ourselves, we profess ourselves good. We say what we do is good. But the truth is compared to the righteousness of God, none of us are good. Now, he still sees a love for us, and he sent his son to die for us, that if we would repent and put our faith in him and believe in him and what he had done on the cross for us, that our sins needed to be forgiven, that even if it seems like a little white lie or whatever it is, and the righteousness of the creator of the universe, he sets the law, and his ways are higher than ours. And we have to agree with him. And so if we just repent of our lack of belief in him, repent of the way we see ourselves in light of sin and in light of Christ, and see that believe in what he did on the cross for us, we can be saved. And the good thing about that is it's not just saved in the hereafter in heaven. It also means that the Bible says, behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world, who came to save his people from their sins. So a lot of people don't realize it. They don't care if they're in sin, but that's what we need to do is repent and recognize that we are not good. There's a lot of people that struggle with sin, want to do good, and the sin is burning them down. The Bible says, come unto me, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So if you're bound to sin, find freedom in Christ. And that's what I would like to offer. I know my friend here would offer the same thing. So amen. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'm putting it right up here. If you have any prayer requests or anything like that, please let me know. If you want to, I don't know, whatever. So if you just want to say, hey, you can email me as well. So, well, God bless you guys. I'm glad to have Steve today. I've been, I was waiting on somebody. I had talked to somebody about a month ago, and we had talked about a date, but then he had to change, and I was like, I know who I need to get. Well, my wife kind of brought it up to me. She's like, you know who you need to bring on the show? That flipper dude. So, so I'm excited to have you, man. So we're going to give the stage. Well, first of all, I'd like to say I actually got to meet Steve firsthand. So in Houston, or what was the actual town? What's actually
Pasadena.
Called? Pasadena, that's right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I got to meet him there, and we talked and hung out, and I was able to give him the box he won, and had a lot of fun. And that's one of the things I think is missing a lot. There's a lot of like Um, what people are connected over online. There's a lot of being connected on the internet, and you've seen the movies like Wall-E and all that, and it really is crazy. I think that's where we're headed in a strange world like that. And as much as we can meet with real people, I think that's important. So me and Steve know each other more than just us getting on videos. We talk to each other on the phone. We send texts. I'm going to meet him again. I'm actually planning on going back to his area. And I don't know if I mentioned that to you yet. Have I mentioned that to you?
No.
Well, I'm coming back in like a month or two. So we'll have to get together. I'm coming to meet with quite a few people. So, and I'm getting some Saturn games from a guy I met at Retropalooza. So with all that being said, man, you have the stage. Just tell people where you're from, who you are, how long you've been reselling, or anything else you want to share. But you have the floor, and as there's little, times in between you saying things, I'll be watching the chat. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to send them in. So, hey, see some people came in. Happy Picker. Got a local here, Poker Medic. Good to see you, man. He's the other video game buyer out here. So
Will's in the chat.
That's right. Will's here. Right on, Jen. So go ahead, man. I'll shut my big trap. So.
Oh no, you don't have to shut it, man. I most people know me as that flipper dude, and I think this is the first time any of them have ever seen my mug. So I thought about getting a fence post, a couple of fence pickets, and putting them in front of me like Wilson on the Tim Mouch. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah,
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, no, so I've only been seriously reselling for about 2 years, but I've been selling on eBay since the beginning, dude. Back when we used to have to mail money orders and whatever to pay for items. So I've been doing that a long time, but didn't really get serious about the reselling until about 2 years ago, right before COVID.
Okay. Wow. So, I didn't even know you had to do mail-in orders.
Yeah. Cashier's checks and stuff. That's how you paid back then. It was crazy.
Wow.
Sometimes, I even accepted cash a handful of times back then.
People a little more trustworthy back then?
Well, you kind of had to be. You didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that crazy, though? Isn't that crazy that in that you probably had more trustworthy people?
Well, and if you had a return or something back then, it was just miserable.
Oh, I bet it's miserable now.
It was terrible. But yeah, so I've been doing this part for about 2 years now, though.
Okay, you said part-time 2 years, but serious.
Yeah, no, I've been part-time the whole time. I just I do it just because I love garage selling and sourcing, and I just do it to supplement my income a little bit. So
absolutely.
I would love to do it full time, but it's kind of tough, man, to walk away from a decent job.
Did you want to talk about your job? Do you feel comfortable?
Oh, I don't mind. I work out. I'm a contractor at NASA.
Wow. When you told me that, I was like, really?
I'm just a peon, though, man.
What was the first question I asked?
What was that?
Do you remember? I said, so is the Earth flat?
Oh, is the Earth flat?
Yeah.
I still don't know the answer to that question.
And there you go. Insider news right there. Still don't know that. What's up, Lucas? Good to see you, man.
It's been pretty cool, man, working out there all this time.
What exactly do you do? Like you said, in contracting, is that like I
work for a contractor to NASA? Yeah.
Okay. What is that? Like building stuff and setting stuff up, or?
No, I track stuff. It's property type stuff. I take care of all the hardware and whatever. And
wow. Coco asked, how long have you been working for NASA?
Since 1990.
Wow.
Yeah. Long time. I'm second generation. My mom worked there. My mom started there at the very end of the Apollo program.
Really?
Yeah. And she retired in I think early 2000s.
Okay.
So
Wow. Do you
yeah.
remember that movie? It was what was it? It just came out recently. It was dealing with it was like three African American ladies, and they were like getting a lot of
Oh
flack because they weren't
yeah.
white.
What
Uh,
was that called? I know what you're talking about. It's a great movie.
yeah, I saw that a while back. I really it was actually really good. And I didn't personally. There was no like agenda or anything. It was just real. What was really like real life. What really happened and the
Yeah.
emotions that went in with it. Did you say your mom? Did you say your grandma too, or just your mom?
No, just my mom.
Okay, I'm trying to think because wasn't that during the Apollo program?
That movie was, yeah.
So she would have been working there around the time they were there.
Probably towards the end of them working there, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy. We got
Yeah.
Happy Picker in the house. I think I said that, but we're happy that Happy Picker's here. How's is Grumpy Picker coming in, or is he sitting there next to you? But go ahead, man. Keep going.
I tell you, it's funny you mentioned Happy and Grumpy. You interviewed them the other day, and I'm sitting there watching, and Grumpy's talking about how he's kind of decided that he doesn't want to do the rural thing anymore, because he doesn't want to deal with the upkeep of the property.
Yeah,
He's thinking about moving into the city, and I'm like, here I am, I'm 53 years old, and I'm thinking about moving into the rural area, and I'm like, I'm having second thoughts because of what he said. I'm like, I don't know now, man, maybe I shouldn't.
yeah. We're in the middle of trying to move into our if it is our land. I won't get into all that, but hopeful land that we have. We're wanting to move out more into a rural area. We supposedly have some land, but it was kind of done through a buddy type way.
Yeah.
So I'm in a predicament right now, but hopefully I'll get it. But if not, we still want to move in that area. I don't. I like being close to stores and everything like that. Because that was one of the things we were talking about. If we do move out where our land is, we're going to be further away from like sourcing and connecting with people. But we're like, well, we drive everywhere as it is, so it's really not that big of an issue.
Yeah.
Here's Grubby Picker, small town, downtown, like 500 people.
There you go.
Emerald Shine asks, "What's Will's YouTube username? I might recognize him from the chat. He is Reseller Madness. So, Will, if you're in, if you want to, there it is. He just shared. There it is. He actually just shared right, but he probably shared that before I even said anything. So, yeah, I hope it happens too, Coco. Absolutely. Well, a little bit more. You've been being more serious about reselling for 2 years. What does that look like from you said just kind of messing around with eBay to the past 2 years to even now? Would you say you've increased even since 2 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I made the weird transition like a lot of people probably did. I started out with focusing on books like
Really, yeah.
like Rake and Profit, and all those
Yeah.
guys. Started out scanning books and whatever, and that got really, really boring to me.
Boring, you said?
Yeah, because that's not me. I didn't, just standing
Yeah.
there scanning books. It was just like I got really old really fast.
Yes, it
And I was
wouldn't
like,
be.
man, let me go to a couple garage sales. I'd rather do that all day long than mess with the
That's how
book.
I am.
But you know what? I hit it big on some of the books. I'm not gonna, I'm not downplaying it for sure. It's just
Sure.
you gotta not
It
mind that
wasn't
kind
for
of stuff.
you.
Huh?
It wasn't for you.
No, no. And we got lucky though. We made a little bit of money that way, but I decided that I still did everything else too, but I focused a lot on the books, and I decided I enjoyed everything else a little more, so I just started
Yeah.
leaning that way.
So what do you enjoy more? I mean, I know a little bit more, but
Yeah.
go ahead and tell them because I know if you guys follow him on Instagram, he's put up some things.
Yeah.
I'll let him share.
I'm big. I mean, the lack of a better way to describe it, I'm looking over at my eBay room. I'm into pop culture in general. I mean, I do a little bit of everything, but I do consider myself to be a jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yeah.
I know I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
Especially in this kind of industry, because
Yeah.
it is very hard to just, even though that's what I'm wanting to do is niche down. But, when times get rough, like right now, and sales are just not as good, I'm still weighing it out. Is it better to expand because now we have so much stuff, and I'm like, man, we have so much stuff, but it's not really for us. It's not really picking up sales. So I'm just thinking like maybe I just need to like the stuff that we don't really focus on selling, just try to flip quick for a less margins.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning that. So I was gonna acknowledge some folks here, Emerald Shine. By the way, Emerald Shine, we are going to be not yet, but we're doing a stream with him to play Shredder's Revenge on the Thursday night soon. Not this Thursday, but soon. But he just said this guy. I don't know how he does it, but he's crazy. He does stuff. He plays games while I'm doing stuff, and he's beating them in like 5 seconds. So I don't know how he does it. And then I think, let's see, Lucas said he's playing Mario Kart. I thought you were just playing something else, man. Will said my infamy has become widespread.
Big Will.
Caleb Bible Belt Picker says he describes himself the same way as you, a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
But he would probably be more like, because I know he does like, maybe he's not exactly the same, but he'll do like toys and popular toys and stuff like that. And he does pretty good. He like Legos and turtles and stuff like that. He's pretty smart in bulk.
I have a Lego guy. I have a Lego guy that guarantees me if I buy Lego, he will double my money instantly without thinking twice about it.
Wow.
So I do that every time I get Lego.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What does he do to source it?
He just buys from people. That's how he sources it.
Okay.
He owns a Lego store. Not a Lego store like you see at the mall, but like a mom and pop Lego store.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he probably has people come in and bring him stuff too.
Oh yeah, all the times. It's like nothing for him to hand me $200 just like that.
Well, you would probably be for him like a cash flow. Be able to he can move stuff. Keep that money rolling. That sounds like a good plan, man, to have somebody like that. I did have somebody that was for shoes and like high end clothes that was just kept doing, but I ran them dry. So, but they made me some money.
I worry about him like deciding after a while that he don't want to do it because I bring him too much. But I've called him from an estate sale one time where I walked into a room of the house on the second floor that was wall to wall Lego.
Wow.
And I called him on the phone and he said, grab it all.
Wow.
And I was like, I started panicking because people were grabbing it as I was talking to him.
Yeah. Wow.
But I ended up walking out with several large tubs of Lego that day.
Wow. That's crazy. Grumpy Picker just asked you, what is your favorite items to flip?
Woo.
Or your favorite niche? I guess there would be a niche even in pop culture stuff, right? So
yeah. Well, to be honest, I mean, music related stuff usually is a big thing for me. Albums, like I really like flipping albums, but I'm really, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like a lot of other people. I'm really digging doing the vintage tees and caps right now. I love selling caps. Love it.
Oh yeah. You should connect with I don't know if you remember Arkansas Picker.
Yeah.
He does a lot of caps and hats. Him and his dad Wes, so they do a lot of that. So if you get a chance to connect with them, would this be in your alley?
Is that a Masters of the Universe album?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Secret of the Sword. Yeah. I got it at the garage sale the other day.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So
it looks like it's in good shape.
Yeah, it's got, like the corner. Yeah. It's got a little bit, but for the most part, it's like all the sides are really nice. It's basically this corner. I mean, all the corners, but it's not real bad. But I paid $2 for this. And it's like
good and everything on it though. It looks like it's in good shape.
Yeah, well, I saw some that were in really bad condition, and they were selling for like 35 plus shipping.
Albums are super hard though, man. Because if you ever notice, you go to anything garage sale or estate sale, albums are the very first thing to go, man.
Yeah,
There's always somebody in line that's going in
that's
specifically for
right.
the albums.
Yeah, I bought albums because I just didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, well, I'm going to try to branch out, and I paid way too much, but I bought a few from a guy, but they were like decently valuable stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember what it was, but it really didn't make too much, and that one of the reasons because I made my own like small box to ship it, and I didn't realize they have these special boxes.
Yeah, album boxes down.
So, yeah.
I went to an estate sale recently where I saw everybody digging through the albums, and I almost didn't dig through them myself. I was like, they're already picking through all of them and whatever. And they all left and got out of the way of the boxes, and I got down on the floor and started looking through them, and they left all kinds of stuff in that box, dude. I was like, I'm talking like really obscure 80s stuff, a lot of Cure, The Smiths.
Wow, that's probably why.
Because it was obscure, maybe. I guess that could be it. But and I asked him, I said, this was like a 85-year-old doctor's house who had passed away. And I was like, did he really listen to this stuff? And they were like, no, that was his son's stuff. I was like, okay.
Yeah, if you can find some like obscure punk stuff. I know the punk stuff, or like the what is it? The like goth. I know Cure's not necessarily. That's more like what?
It's kind of gothic.
It's kind of goth, yeah. Susie and the Banshees and stuff like that. That kind of stuff does really good. And then, of course, which I'm not sure how I feel about it, but like your really obscure black metal, that stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
If you ever find like a King Diamond, or of course they weren't. That was like the start of black metal, but them or like Immortal, which I just don't feel comfortable selling Immortal. I think my internet's acting up. Oh no, there it goes. Yeah, it looks like it's messing up on the. Let me know, guys, if it's if the video is messing up.
We hear there you go. We hear you fine.
Oh, thank you. My wife brought me a coffee. Thank you. Got a coffee. There you go. Is that okay now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, let me know if it keeps doing it.
It's just
I don't know what's going on. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep seeing what happens, because I see my video over here is acting funny. But you can hear everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. If you can't see me, you can still hear it. That's the main thing. And most people are like shipping and stuff anyways. Yes, Emerald Shine Elijah is in the chat, and he may have already responded to that. Everybody loves selling hats, man. See, I don't. I talk to everybody. They love selling hats. I just don't. I never got into. I tried. I thought whenever I first started doing it, I would find a bunch of old, snapbacks and what is it called? The rope on it. I always liked those, and they would do decent. But
the scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs.
What is it? What's that?
That's those little gold, like. Almost looks like wings.
Yeah.
Top of the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, scrambled eggs. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I just recently sold a Houston Oilers hat that was original 1980 with tags. I sold it for I got like $75 for it.
Yeah, if I see something like that, I'll definitely pick it up. Yeah,
sure. I think one of the reasons I'm drawn to caps is because I've worn a cap every day since I was probably 15 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of drawn to them. I've always worn them.
You're familiar with them.
Yeah. They're talking about finding the posters and everything in the albums and stuff. I find albums where the cover is destroyed, but the sleeve or the poster is still inside, and I'll buy it anyway, just to keep that for future in case I find an album that doesn't have that.
I do the same thing with games. So if I find like if the booklet's in there, because I've had games, I still have some that are loose and then I have cases over here. I need to put them together and take down listings. If I find them, I'll always do that. I mean, unless it's
Yeah.
like crappy, if it's not real good.
I do that. I just bought matter of fact, at a estate sale the other day. Somebody had already taken all the games and whatever, but they left the booklet for the Namco museum game,
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
Pac-Man and all that on it. The little booklet was still sitting there. Well, I'm like, all right, I'll take that. I ain't gonna leave it sitting here.
Well, I've seen at said sounds good. Picture keeps freezing, but we're not going anywhere. So as long as you can hear everything, I think that's the main thing. I'll have to see what's going on. It's I know we've had a lot of really bad storms here. Our electricity just came back on today. It was off all night, so I don't know. It could be a lot of things going on. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, at like game conventions, I've seen people with boxes just full of booklets because people are trying to complete their collections, and they'll sell them for anywhere between $1 and $5, just random games. And people, I mean, I'm talking about they're taking them out and buying a lot of them. So you'd be surprised. Of course, a lot of that is like niching down, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're, you obviously don't want to have parts of everything. You don't want to have, because then you're gonna have so much inventory, I guess. But I don't know.
Run out of space.
That's right. Yeah. So you do.
You ever watch that chasing the right price or whatever?
Chase after the right price. Oh, I love chasing
after the right price. He saved. They save a lot of that stuff, and they pair it up a lot though. Yeah. Man.
I've done it. I've made a mistake and thrown away. Like there's somebody comes on their local mom's trash can, and they were looking for some game I had, and it was a cheaper game, but they were just needing it for their collection because they were just needing it to complete their collection. It was like a $10 game, so the case and manual wasn't worth anything. I was like, I'm just throwing it away. I wish I wouldn't have, because then I could have and I would have just given it to them. But
right,
it is what it is.
I've come across an original Game Boy box before, just
are you serious?
With manuals and no game though, no the Game Boy wasn't there, and I sold just the box for $250.
Yeah, those are really hard to come by.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll show you. I have this. That reminds me. I have this right here. So I got this box. It was a 64 controller box, a remote box. In it was one of the buyouts I did, a big collection, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna hold on to this. And then in one of the later videos I did, you can hear my boy back there. One of the later videos I did, the guy had the yellow controller, and it was in excellent condition. So I put it in here.
And that's what I was going to say. It's even the yellow one that makes it even better.
Yeah, it's not the banana one. The banana one's really expensive.
Yeah,
but Grumpy Picker, I'm right there with you. I don't. Well, I think he said also hats. Yeah, I love buying hats and letting them sit in my house for years. So maybe that means collecting them or they don't sell. If you can see back here, do you see that bag right back there?
Yeah.
That's my bag of hats that we've had left over. We used to have like a whole bunch of them, and it's just a few, and I just have them sitting there. And
well, I'll tell you, I don't buy a lot of generic, like people's work hats that were given out at their work and stuff like that. Yeah. Unless it's just really cool subject matter, like the feed stores and stuff, like the seed companies and all that. That that's obviously does pretty well. But as far as somebody working for a construction company, I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah, I try. That's what I would try to the feed stores and the weird things like that. The mom and pop places, and usually it had to be really cool artwork or patch. The patches are always cool.
Yeah,
but he said he also doesn't do good on albums. Caleb said he paid up for albums a month or two ago. I've learned condition. Oh, we've already read that, didn't we?
Yeah,
my bad.
I do really well on albums.
Maybe I should look into it. Tapes. I like cassette tapes. I gave you that Ramones cassette tape. How was that, by the way? Because I didn't have a cassette. My cassette player wasn't working. Is it working?
Tape was fine.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And I have replacement cases, because a lot of the times I'll go to garage sales, and if they're selling a bunch of cassettes and they've been picked over and there's nothing left but junk, I'll ask them if they'll sell me the junky ones for almost nothing because I'll use the cases.
Well, the one that I gave you, man, there was some that would have been worth a lot of money. There was a Venom, a King Diamond. There was a whole bunch of really good Black Flag. I think it was the one with TV Party. It was a whole bunch of stuff, but there was no Overkill. Was it Overkill, the old metal band?
Yeah.
And there was no tapes in them, but I just put them up. There was like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And I put them up before an auction because I didn't know, and I don't find them that often. So I just put them up, and I think I sold for like 30 something bucks plus shipping.
Yeah. Metal sells, period, man. No matter what, dude.
What is this? Staple of my collection, a purple vinyl record of the MLP soundtrack. This Emerald Shine's really, and if you can't see the picture, really, and MLP is My Little Pony. So they're really into that.
There you go, man. Has he looked up that album? I'm curious what it goes for.
Hey, yeah, Emerald Shine. If you haven't looked it up, look it up and let us know. Let us know what it goes for.
My best album is I stopped at a garage sale after work of all things, which was like three something on a Thursday or Friday, which is really weird. I saw a garage sale sign. I was like, no way. So I pulled down there and they're having a garage sale. And I walk up, and again, normally at that time of the day, I wouldn't even bother looking at the albums. I go looking through there, and there really wasn't a whole lot. There was a couple of pretty cool ones, but I came across one called the 13th Floor Elevators. And I was like, man, I know there's something about this album. I don't know what it is, and they were like 75 cents a piece. I was like, of course I'm going to take it because I know there's something up. I get in my car, and I look it up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there's something up. All right.
How much was it?
Well, it was saying it was like $75 and whatever, but then there was a handful of them that were listed at like $300 or $400.
Goodness.
And I went through and looked at all the descriptions of the ones that were $300 or $400 and realized they were a first pressing.
Yeah.
And I started seeing what that meant, what the first pressing entailed. And I looked at the album I got for 75 cents. It was a first pressing. So it was a $400 album I paid 75 cents for. Yeah,
it's gracious.
I tell you what, though, man, that was pure luck because I've never even heard of those guys really. I just remember there was something to do with that album, and I was right, man. It was crazy.
If you find that you start getting an eye for that kind of stuff, that something stands out. So I'm with Will on hats, and I've kind of been this way with shoes, but the thing is, the shoes are steady. That's why I still do them. It says too much scrubbing for my business model. So I still will do shoes, but I got a blister that's been, or I did have a blister. Now it's just a messed up wreckage on my thumb from scrubbing. And that's the only thing I don't like about that stuff, and putting them in the tubs of Oxy bath. And
when it comes to shoes, I don't buy, if it has any wear on it, and if it's filthy, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just because of that very reason. I'm the same way.
I'm the same way. The thing is some like Vans and Converse is kind of hard right around the border of that even if you barely walk, it's just the way those are, and they're harder to get off.
I see some of the bigger name guys on YouTube a lot. They buy shoes, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I would buy that pair of shoes all the time.
Yeah, but if they're used to selling that stuff, they have people looking for certain shoes. Two, they know the game, and then they have a credibility of selling shoes. So algorithm or whatever the algorithm sends them. So
if you ever watch Dalton,
oh yeah,
man.
Oh yeah,
he is actually really good at it.
Yeah, I actually, because he said he does not clean suede. And so I actually, I don't know if he ever used it, but I actually showed him. I said, no, you actually can clean suede. And I learned it from a sneakerhead in the area. And what you do is you get one of those air cans, and you go over the spot and you just spray it. And then you get a towel and just lightly rub it and spray it again, and it will blow that stuff right out.
Wow.
Yes, because I used to use it on like shoes with suede. We got people talking about Zelda in the chat.
I steer away from Nikes quite a bit because I'm afraid of fakes. I know there's you can let that company verify them and whatever, but it's just I don't know. It seems like a lot of hassle.
Well, I've had real Jordans that did not pass the verification. Honestly, with the legit checks, usually legit checks will actually go the opposite way. They will not verify them when they are real, and and so they've been pretty good with me. I use them when I'm not sure, but I haven't really looked for shoes as much as I used to. Sneakers, at least, like I used to like hunt that stuff down. Um, but they do pretty good. And funny thing is, actually, eBay lets a lot of stuff pass. I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying, hey, well, since they let stuff pass, go screw somebody over. Point I'm saying is you'd be. That sounded really bad. What I'm saying is, a lot of times they're saying it's legit, and that's kind of what I go by are the professional or the so-called professionals.
Yeah.
There's so much drama with the whole legit check stuff. Like people talk about how ridiculous it is, but
yeah.
Jen, you said, look, if you ever find boxes again, I lost this thing. Xbox, PSP box. If you find a PSP box, like the console, the actual handheld, please send it my way. Don't throw it away. Send it my way. So, because that would be really cool. Yeah, we got a bunch of people talking about the games they're playing. Lucas is doing Mario Kart, Emerald Shine, and my son's playing Zelda. And Will's talking about.
I got Zelda for Father's Day.
Yeah. Oh, for real? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a guy come on my stream. Yeah. You still haven't finished Breath of the Wild, have you?
Well, all I got to do is I got to just finish. I just got to beat him.
Yeah. I think. See, I haven't played. I've only done the stream of Tears of the Kingdom. It's just beat is that who that is? Mukturok last night. My first of the 4 bosses. See, I haven't played it. Elijah would know. Yeah, everybody's talking about Zelda right now. I saw this just a second ago. I don't know who Ben Bennett from Kentucky is. Says, in a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that in the end there is light in the darkness. I would agree with that. That's actually a very profound statement. So thanks for coming in, Ben. That's actually very, very true. I'm not sure if I had said something but I don't know. But either way, that's true. And I would say the light in the darkness is the light of the gospel. Let's see. I pray for the safety of all the good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles, but we can't expect God to do all the work. Well, we're supposed to be the hands and feet for people, for sure. We're supposed to be the hands and feet. That's what we're supposed to be. But God ultimately is in control. That's right. So good point. I know we're talking about reselling stuff, but I know Steve will be okay with this. We as believers and people, we are supposed to do work. We're supposed to do something for God. A lot of people. I knew a guy that said he lost his job and he had children living in the house and his wife. And he said, I'm just praying for God to give me a job. He didn't go out looking for a job. Do you think he ever found a job?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because he never looked for a job. And he said he was just
what you said.
He said he was believing God would send him a job. And that's true, but he expects us to do something.
Yeah, what is that saying about leaning on a shovel?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it is. So, well, my troll's in the house, guys. So be ready, guys. I'm sure you'll know who the troll is. We have
I was watching.
Bless you, troll.
No, I was watching. Chris flips the world, and Josh, Harry Tornado. They were talking on his video where he was talking about what happened to him at the Benz the other day. He got arrested at the Benz,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they were talking about that, but they got on the subject me and you were talking about, where we were talking about getting with other resellers.
Is that me or is that you?
No, that's you. He was talking about getting with other resellers when you have a a niche that you don't really want to deal with anymore, that you want to trade somebody else. And I thought that was pretty cool because we were talking about that one day, like for instance, like,
Cut out.
I was heavy into DVDs and CDs when I first started, and I still like selling CDs, but I've gotten to where I just don't really dig it anymore. But, I know there's some people out there that do.
Yeah.
In video games, me and you have talked about the video games and trading video games and whatever. And they were saying they do the exact same thing.
You cut out for a second on my end. I don't know if the whole thing cut out. But I didn't hear everything you were saying right before that about getting the CDs and stuff. You must be reading the comments.
Yeah. But so I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, if you got stuff like we were just saying, if somebody's not into shoes, but you come across a lot of shoes, you still should probably buy them and then just find somebody else who's into selling shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to do that too, is finding people that are, because we've even thought about downsizing a bunch of stuff and just giving somebody a good deal, kind of getting a little bit back from my recuperating the cost.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can talk about God. I love talking about God. No, you won't get banned for talking about God. You wouldn't get banned for talking about God. I share the gospel every time I'm in here. So, absolutely. But yeah, I came in kind of, okay, yeah, see, Jen just says you cut out, Keith. I could still listen. Okay, so everybody heard you. I just cut out for a second. Yeah.
So I want to know what everybody else's favorite thing is to sell.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Yeah, let us know what your favorite thing to sell is. As you guys know, mine's obviously video games and video game consoles, so anything video game related. So
I thought you were going to dig my tower, although you did say you dug it. But
I know, I thought it was cool. I didn't see everything, but I saw somebody else selling one while I was in Texas, and I thought about picking it up, but it was just this was when we were at Retropalooza in Dallas.
Yeah.
And we were trying to be tight and smart with our money.
Yeah.
So I wasn't just picking up stuff, to get. So
I don't ever see them.
Yeah, I saw one, and they had a. Does this one also have like a spot where you can put like your Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this was. Yeah.
Yeah, it has the guitar hanger on the one side and then your controller spots on the other. Yeah. I actually found it in the back room at our antique mall because I have an antique booth. That's another thing I have, another avenue that I have. And that thing was just sitting back there collecting dust. And I asked them if I could buy it. And they were like, yeah. Then they tell me everything in the whole room is like 75% off what it's marked or whatever. And I was like, you're kidding.
Oh, see, that's nice.
Dude, I went there and cleaned house, man.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I saw this when the Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts. Did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away? No, he drove them out. So I'll say this, and Stephen, I know you would agree with me. And this is not. I think we have to be gracious to churches and everything, and because we all have our things we're working on. But I do think Christians need to stand up for the truth and be willing to have a boldness and to drive out wickedness. Especially if it's polluting the church. And so it doesn't mean you can't love and receive people and minister to them, but when someone's taking over the house of God and polluting it, yeah, absolutely.
Selling toothpaste and mouthwash, huh? Wow.
Bless you too, Ben. Bless you too. Who? Oh, there was somebody. Won't be the first, Betty White.
Kiefer says they sell toothpaste and mouthwash.
Let's see. Who said that?
Kiefer.
I'm trying to get there. Oh yeah, my favorite thing to sell is toothpaste and mouthwash. Many need it.
Is that Kiefer? Is that really your favorite thing to sell?
There are people that sell that. Well, there was a. Did you see Rachel Strickland's thing about toothbrushes or something? It was like Oral B or something, and where they were trying to sell something that she put a video up of a girl she had interviewed, and actually had contacted her because supposedly she wasn't supposed to sell it. She had no clue, nothing. She was trying to tell people to be real careful. She ended up being taken care of and nothing happened to her. But it was supposedly like a fake toothbrush or something.
What?
Yeah, right. I'll have if anybody has that video, check it out.
A fake toothbrush? That's bizarre.
Yeah. No. No, yeah. You're not. You are on timeout, Spooky's mom, because I know who you are. You are the basement dweller's mama. So put you in timeout. You're in timeout. You did a no. You're in timeout. We still love you, but you're in timeout.
I'd never heard of a fake toothbrush, though. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. Grumpy Picker said, I love finding things that are worth a surprising amount of money. For example, look for Phase 10 dice. Sells for $30 to $40. I had no clue.
Wow. I didn't know that about the dice. That is crazy. I tend to buy dice, though, if I see them. They do actually sell. Not just Phase 10. I've been able to sell other dice from other games as well that sell pretty good.
I know people that sell what is it's the letters. What game is that has the little letter blocks? Scrabble. My wife was telling me that.
Yeah. Yeah. Depending on their age too. Some of them can do pretty well.
Yeah.
That's Kevin Commonwealth Pickers thing, man. He sells all those game pieces all the time, but he says he doesn't want it. He's not going to do it anymore, but yet he still does it.
Yeah.
Backgammon and, and Othello and games like that.
Othello? What was that? Backgammon and what?
Othello.
Oh, wow. I never even played that.
You never played Othello? Said,
there's a petition to replace Stonehenge with an Applebee's.
What?
Yeah, so we will. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some people in timeout because I know who they are. So Ben, you're in timeout. And then if you guys see Spookies, anybody with Spooky, time them out. Time them out. They don't have much anything better to do than to troll. So yeah, absolutely. Well, people that are dying and in need of a savior need to have the love of God and the grace given to them. But we're not bored doormats either. I'm just glad they're helping the algorithm. So thanks for coming in and commenting. We love you. Thanks for coming in. You've gotten our numbers up a lot better than last week. So thank you guys. Right, Steve?
Right.
We're thankful for you guys. Because now we can have you watching while you're on timeout. So you're in the corner.
So I'm curious. I'm curious to who all in the chat and everything does auctions very often.
What kind of auctions are you talking?
Does everybody do buy it now, or do people still do auctions? Is what I'm curious about.
I do auctions.
Yeah,
it depends on what it is, though.
Well, yeah, or the rarity, obviously. I did my first. I haven't done an auction in a really, really long time, but yesterday I decided to do an auction, and my wife said you should really probably put a reserve on it, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to take a chance. I do.
Yeah, I don't think you really need it.
Huh?
I don't think you really always need to put. I've never had to do like a reserve.
Well, I do consignments quite a bit, and I've been consigning my cousin's Barbie collection for quite a while now. and he had a bunch of
Yeah.
loose dolls in a bag, and I've never really looked at them because I just thought they were just generic dolls and whatever. And I went and pulled them out the other day, and 3 of them were the very first Ken dolls, 1960. And I was like, man, I'm going to give this a shot on an auction and see what happens. And it's day 2, bidding's at like $30. I guess I probably did okay not putting a reserve on it. But
Was it a 10-day or 7-day? How
7
long?
day,
Yeah,
7
that's.
day, and day 2 it's at $30. But
What do you think it's going to go to?
you know what? I mean, I'm really kind of hoping to get $30 a piece for them. My cousin put me on a really good deal. Normally, I'll charge somebody 30% for a.
You're already at 30, but you're hoping to get 30, or am I misunderstanding?
I'm hoping to get 30 a piece. There's 3 of them.
Oh, okay. So you're at 10 a piece, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's only day 2. I'm sure you'll get there.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. But I got my cousin did. I usually charge people 30% for a consignment, but my cousin, when he first got me to do this, man, he was insistent on doing 50%. And I was like, all right, dude, okay. That's what you want to do, man. Let's do it. And it's been killing it, man. His collection is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow. Grumpy Bigger said auctions need to be limited to a very hot, rare item.
Yeah.
That will stir demand.
Yeah.
So, Will, just wanted to tell you, thank you guys, and moderators, thank you for handling them. Look, guys, I'm just gonna lay it out here. I'm a street preacher. I'm used to dealing with trolls, and I'm used to dealing with hecklers. I usually love hecklers, so they're not bothering me. But at the same time, I respect the people coming in, and whenever people come in and want to screw up the chat, you kind of have to stop them. So thank you guys for taking care of that. I don't mind them coming in if they'll be respectful, even if they disagree and don't like me because I'm a Christian or resell. That's fine. If you guys don't know, Phoenix Resell did a video. Well, there's a guy who does a bunch of videos against resellers, and he did that. But I go to his videos, and he's real cool with me. His name is Heckin' Steve. He's real cool to me, and I'm cool to him. I actually asked him to forgive me because I kind of went in there and kind of blasted him, and then I was like, that's not the right behavior. And he's been super cool. When I was on the video, he's like, no, not the Pickin' Preacher. He comes into the chat. Well, some of his followers are like kind of, the typical trolls online that like are just real strange. And so they've been making videos and trying to talk to me, telling me they're calling CPS and all this stuff. So it's just a bunch of people in basements of their parents' house. I'm not really that worried about it. They need Jesus. So so thank you guys for being gracious and working with them. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to share that because I wanted to thank everybody.
Yeah, Will, I agree with you, man. Auctions do definitely take skill. Yeah. I'd be the one that would get $1. I'd end up at $1.
Yeah. He said, I've never done better in an auction than the current bin price. Okay, yeah. I've done auctions and I actually like them, but you're talking about eBay auctions?
Yeah.
Or you talking about, yeah. I've done them with GI. I used to do them with GI Joe all the time. Like, especially if it was like parts that go to something, I would lump them up. And, oh man, I sold because some things will actually get more response with auctions than they will putting them up for a price, and you'll get more than you would think. What was that GI Joe thing we had, Amber? Oh, it was do you remember the little like gray cases or black cases that had like 20 GI Joes and a spot for the weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some killer GI Joes in there. That thing, it was like 30 minutes before, it was at like $70. And I was like, I was expecting to get at least $200. And I was like, I think we'll get 200. Literally. And in the last second, it jumped to like $500 or $550 from like 150. It like just and then it just boom, because I guess everybody put their top dollar in.
Yeah,
and I was like, what? It was crazy. Like, how did that happen? So I don't do auctions that much.
Yeah.
I wanted to go ahead and put this in the chat because we have a good amount of people. for those that watch the stream, does anybody know? You got to wait till I say it. Does anybody know what the random fact is? Does anybody know what the random fact is? Steve, if you know it, you're allowed to say it. And if you say it before,
No. I was sitting here going, I probably should at least know it.
No, it's on the Thursday night, and I know not a lot of people get to. So whenever I see that out, you will be rewarded with a gumball. So if anybody knows, by the way, we also have white gumballs. So
those are the worst ones, man.
Well, they pay $100.
Don't they?
You get a white gumball. Ketchup comes from a child. Look, Jen is on top of it. She's won every single one. There are no rules to how many things you can win. Okay, Happy Picker said white gumball, so we have 2 winners. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna word of the day. That's right. All right, good job, guys. Oh, hold on, no, it wasn't Jen. Okay, it was Emerald Shine that won. Oh, Emerald Shine just got you right. I thought it was Jen. Okay, Emerald Shine, guys. Let me pull that up. Ketchup came from the Chinese word for fermented fish. Did you guys know that?
Is that a true statement?
Yeah. It's katsia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love ketchup. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So unless if I found something in, that's but yeah, I looked it up and it's true, unless if I'm being trolled again. But let me find it real quick. Because I found quite a bit of things on it. And even if it's not true, like it's still, that's one of the random. If I put on there, this is not true, but here's the true random facts. It still counts.
When I go to work tomorrow, I'm going to talk to my Chinese friend and say, "Hey, man, is this?"
They're like, "You stupid." Yeah, this is nationalgeographic.com. Ketchup comes from the, if I'm saying it right, Hokkien Chinese word katsia, the name of a sauce derived from so it was slightly off, but that's the same thing, of a sauce derived from fermented fish. All right, well, congratulations. So Emerald Shine gets a gumball, and then who got the? You were close, Jen, but you've won a good amount, so I'm sure you don't mind sharing the wealth. And then white gumball was Happy Picker. The word of the week or day was white gumball. So I threw 2 rewards out at once. So all right, we're gonna take this little break real quick. Was there anything else you were wanting to say before we go into this little prize giveaway?
No, I'm good.
I gotta pull up and remember what my rewards were. I think it's red. Oh, okay, let me pull it up. Winners, here we go. All right, so okay, red is $10. Pink is YouTube. Yeah, because I forget. All right, so guys, here we go. This is for Emerald Shine. Oh, Heckin' Steve's on. Heckin' Steve, what's up, dude? I didn't see him talk. Heckin' Steve, see, this is what I was talking. See, Heckin' Steve's a cool guy. Okay, Heckin' Steve makes, like I said, he makes the videos. He's not too into the resellers of the video game resellers. I've gotten on there. I apologize because I didn't have the best attitude, but he's been super cool. He's got a noble attitude and towards people that will show him grace. And so thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. He's a cool guy. So, all right, here we go. So we're going to give away a reward to Emerald Shine. Let's see what you get. All right, so we have can you see it? A green gumball. And the green gumball, you got a good one, dude. The green gumball is a mystery box giveaway. So I got to write this down here. Good one. You know the mystery box giveaways are usually good. So I got to go to Goodwill and find some My Little Pony for you, dude. So you might need to give it some time. So so let me look, because I know you want that, and I don't really have anything. Do we have any My Little Pony? I don't think we do. But we have some. I might be picking up some DS games, and I know you're a DS person. So here we go. Emerald Shine 1. Everybody give show Emerald Shine some love. Mystery box. So let's see.
We need Emerald Shine to give us a lesson on how to tell the difference between the old My Little Ponies and the modern ones.
Ah, there you go. You hear that? So Emerald Shine does. If anybody wants to put up Emerald Shine's YouTube, he does a bunch of stuff. He's really into My Little Pony, and he does stuff. He's been into it for a while. So he would probably know. So if anybody knows, if you know how to find out what's old and what's new and what's collectible and what's not, that would be cool. Wow, that was a good win. All right, so next is Happy Picker. You got the. Should I eat the gumball? Should I chew it? I'm chewing it. All right, here we go. Happy Picker knew the word of the week, which was white gumball, which is 3 words, but I just called it a word. All right, you got pink. Pink, which is a YouTube shout out. So I got to do 2 YouTube shout outs. I had already had that one video in the making. So you and I think Jen have a YouTube shout out coming up. Yep. So you guys will be having that come up. So thanks for playing, guys. We still are going to have one more at the end of the show. And let me write that down here. Happy Picker YouTube shout out. All right. Well, cool. So if you guys find any pop culture stuff, have a good heart and send it to Steve. I probably missed a lot of stuff here. Let's see. I got Saul Heck and Steve. Let's see. Bible Belt Picker said Steve. Oh, Lucas Random Stuff said I'm going to talk this time. Well, we're glad you're talking. I know you just do it for fun and laughs, man. It's all good. I even laugh at some of it. One day, Keith will learn his own colors. His rewards. Yeah. Look, you guys know I'm scatterbrained. Okay. Lucas says, can you just do a shout out? Sure, because you said you didn't know how I could send you money. So I'll do that. So I have 3 shout outs. Let me change that. By the way, while I'm doing this, Steve, you have anything to say? Do your thing.
Yeah. It's funny that I wanted to say something to Arkansas Picker the other day. I know he's not in here right now, but he is literally one of the guys I was in a band with in high school. He is literally my bass player's doppelganger, man.
Oh, I thought you were being like.
He's like not really him.
I thought you meant his dad or something. I was like, whoa, that'd be crazy.
No, he's literally his doppelganger, man. I'm going to pull a picture of that buddy of mine, dude. You're going to be like, oh, my God, it's him.
That's crazy. Yeah, I would like to see it.
He said he was a musician, and I was going to freak out if he played the bass, but he doesn't. He plays the drums, obviously.
He plays drums. He's good, and he does like rock and country, and he does pretty good.
I heard him. I watched his videos. They were pretty good, man.
Yeah, Emerald Shine said if you do want, it said you probably can't find anything he doesn't have. But if you want to know anything, hit him up on Discord so you can find him there. Yeah, I have a few people here for the YouTube shout out, so I'm going to be doing them on some shorts probably. So am I caught up in the chat? Am I caught? No, I'm not caught up. Yeah, no, I'm caught up. So,
yeah, you are.
Well, congrats. Lucas is still playing Mario 64 and got to Inside the Volcano, which is annoying. Yeah, that's where we were. Weren't we inside the volcano? I can't remember where we were. Yeah, so if you guys want to, you'll find out what the random fact of the day is, the random fact on Thursday nights. And we have a lot of fun. Right now we're playing Mario 64. We're going to play Shredder's. By the way, Steve, do you have Shredder's Revenge?
Me, I do not. No.
Okay. I was going to say, if you want to join a stream and play with us, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
I'm packaging all my game consoles. I'm lotting them up with a bunch of video games and whatever, and I'm gonna be posting them on Facebook for sale.
Okay. Oh,
trying to get rid of all, make some room.
Yeah. Well, I wish I had.
I got like 5 consoles. I even broke out the Zelda collection, dude, and it's gone.
Oh, what do you have?
I have from GameCube forward.
Do you have Four Swords
on
GameCube?
the DS?
On the GameCube?
Did it come on the? I thought that was just on DS.
No, it also. Or am I thinking of something else? Oh, no, it's Four Swords. Yeah, there is one on the DS, but let me just make sure. Am I thinking of something else?
I have it on DS. I don't have it on the regular GameCube. The regular GameCube, I've
No,
got.
yeah, it definitely came on. It came on the GameCube. You put the Game Boy player or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you could because wasn't there a Four Swords on the Game Boy as well?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of something else? But no, it definitely came on the GameCube. Okay, yeah. Then you could connect them. You know how you do the Game Boy player and play certain games together?
Yeah.
That's one I was trying to get.
I have the Zelda collection, which is like several of the games together on one for the GameCube. And I have Wind Waker, and I have.
Do you have Twilight Princess?
Yes.
Are you selling it?
Yes, I am.
Because see, I have. Where is it? I gotta find it. Where did it go? It might be in another. What did I do with Twilight Princess? I have Twilight. Oh, here it is. So I have the case and manual, but I need the disc. You probably have it complete, right?
Yeah, I do. Hang on one second. It's right here. Hold on.
I just need the disc. That's all I need.
Yeah. See, I got Wind Waker.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
I've got, this is the Zelda Collection Edition.
Yeah, I got that one. I do it? Yeah.
And then I got, the Twilight Princess. I must have stuck somewhere else. But yeah, it's over there. And so is Skyward Sword.
So you don't have any of the NES stuff because I traded a mint copy. I mean, a mint copy of what is it? Adventures of Link or Adventures or
Link to the Past.
No, on the the regular NES 8-bit. Anyways, I traded it to this nerd because I had to buy a whole bunch of stuff for inventory, so that was part of my trade because I needed inventory really bad.
I don't know what I did.
So he has that. So
okay, I don't know what I did with the Super NES stuff. I don't have it anymore. And I told my wife, I swear I've got like a box of stuff somewhere because I had more Zelda stuff than I have here. But we've got a lot of the accessories too. My daughter, you should see. My daughter has her 3DS, in a case shaped like Link's shield, and
that's cool.
It's got like 4 of the Zelda games tucked in there too. But she will not.
She doesn't have she doesn't have the 3DS XL or whatever the actual Hyrule Shield one, does she?
No,
I mean the actual DS. Oh yeah, man, that
hers is blue. Is awesome.
Okay,
yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah,
because those are like $500. Yeah. Oh, Mountain. I don't think it's Mountain State Pickers, but I'll look on my thing here. Oh, yeah, it is Mountain State Pickers. You're right. I got it right here. Well, yeah, make a video. Make a video. That'd be cool. Let me know when you make it. Emerald Shine, you're getting asked who's your favorite pony. So, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you another question, and then we're going to go into the game. Who, because it's getting late. Who or what would be your favorite place to source?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one for me, man. It's garage sales.
I'm the same way. That and Facebook Marketplace for me.
But I tell you what, though, man, whenever Kath the Nurse Flipper, whenever she mentioned that she does, like, I think she said 90% of her sourcing on auctions, online auctions. Ever since she said that, man, I do a lot of sourcing on online auctions.
I'm starting to do that. I have. It started because of a Facebook post. This girl has 120 DS games. She has like Pokemon White 2, Black 2, Platinum, like all the Pokemons on the DS and 3DS.
Yeah.
Zeldas, all the Zeldas, Mario's, all the. By the way, Emerald Shine, you'll like this is all the Phoenix Wrights, like all the Phoenix Wrights, which are very expensive, and she has them up on eBay right now for auctions, but she has them in lots, and so a lot of times the lots. Now your margins are lower, but it's steady and it's usually quick selling stuff. So you might only get like 20% margins, but if you have the capital, it's actually really good. I used to do that with Pokemon cards. I would go to auctions like midweek auctions that would end at like 5 o'clock or random times, and I would get Pokemon cards and I would flip them. So like a $20 card, I would flip it after fees. I would make like $5 to $8 profit. And so it wasn't a lot, but I would keep going. And I'm thinking about doing that again with games. Go to the Goodwill auctions and eBay and stuff like that. So, and then also whatnot.
I get on Texas high bids.
Texas high bids.
Yeah, it's just high bids is what it's called, actually.
So you're talking about like ones where you're probably going to get better margins.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, I come across some pretty high dollar stuff, and she makes a ton of money, and that's one of the ways she probably does it.
Will they send to Mississippi?
Yes. I've actually contacted other resellers in other parts of the country when something shows up on a local auction here in Houston, in my area,
Yeah.
And I've actually contacted people outside of the state and let them know, hey, this is on this auction. Like I came across a Led Zeppelin physical graffiti album sealed.
Oh, wow.
And I called somebody and mentioned that to them. They ended up not wanting it, but for whatever reason. But,
wow.
So
I can tell you with games, it's probably hard. Houston has like some of the most game like stores. There are so many retro video game stores. Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into this game. While I'm looking it up, go ahead and if you had anything else you want to share, any tips or tricks, because I know you were telling me that you've been really good at finding and being able to make money on reselling. So if you have any tricks that helped you, and maybe they won't work for everybody, but maybe some ideas, and I'll look this up.
Well, I tell you one thing is don't sleep on them vintage pencils. Remember, I sold another box right before we got on this live.
Really?
Yeah, it's $50 for a box of pencils.
That's crazy. Where did you get that?
I don't know. I was a shot in the dark, man, and I got lucky. I had no idea either, and then I bought them and I looked them up, and I about fell out of my chair.
Yeah, that's insane. I would have never thought, hey, I think I'm going to buy some. Just being honest with you, I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to pull. Here we go. Well, guys, we're going to do a. Oh man, it just went away. We're going to do a. Am I freezing up, or am I good?
A little bit. Yeah. There you're back again.
Well, I'm going to pull up a. I really like this word lash game, so I'm going to do this again. So as it loads up, and if it, this website always bogs me down. I'm going to get out of this YouTube. All right, guys. So we're going to do a game, and if you haven't been on here before, let me exit out of this so it loads up. If you haven't been on here before, we do a what do you call it? A little fun game where you pick what you think I would want. And for some reason it's not loading up. I can make one up though.
They were new pencils, by the way.
Yeah, because it's
what they were.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. That's crazy that somebody just had a random box of. I'm not even going to look this up. I have one here. All right, guys. So, based on what we have here and what we're all kind of used to, okay. So Mountain State Pickers, good to have you. You came in just in time. We're going to do our final game. If you guys haven't played the games, we basically either do a comic strip a word thing where I say this word. Like last week, I think we did a romantic novel, a romantic story with the word pickers or something. And then there's other things like a comic strip or a acronym, but we're gonna do the word lash. And what the prompt is come up with a horror movie, like a old school horror movie, like a old Night of the Living Dead, or even older like Frankenstein and stuff, that uses the word auction. And then Steve's gonna be the one that picks it. So if
really uses that word.
Yep. So if you can think of a horror movie that you can title or book that has the word auction in it, and you can add stuff to it, online auction, high bid auction, I don't know, 30-second auction, whatever you want to do. It just has to have the word auction in it, and it has to deal with a horror style type. And we'll go.
Bizarre.
Do what?
This could get very bizarre.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen that. I don't think anybody's going to say anything disrespectful, but I should have thought about it. If it does, does Salem's Lot count? If it has auction.
It almost fits that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. All right, so here we go. I was just trying to think of something bizarre. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Auctionville Horror. We got one already on the way. Auctionville Horror.
That's a pretty scary movie, and it literally is supposed to be based on true events. Hello.
I might have made this too difficult. People are probably thinking, how can I come up? Chainsaw Auction Massacre. The scream horror from losing an auction to another seller. Nice. Frankenstein, the aftermath. The movie takes place after the events of Frankenstein. They're auctioning off the dead body parts.
Ew.
That's a long title right there. Yeah. Salem's eBay lot. You should put Salem's eBay auction. Sleepless at the auction. How many people? Yeah, there's still 10 people in here. So we got 1 minute and 7 seconds left. I might have made this too bizarre. I don't know. All right, guys, you have 1 minute to try to win another gumball. The mystery auction buyer who was never paid. The night of the living auction.
I've been having no pays for quite a bit lately, man. I don't know what's going on with that.
No what? Oh, yeah. Auction blues. I got nothing. Mountain State Bigger says I got nothing.
I got nothing too, man.
The auction of Frankenstein. Top auction. That'd be like Top Gun. That's not really a horror movie, but I don't know. Some people may think it's a horror movie.
Yeah, for real.
Auction, bidding and not winning anything. Yeah, if you want to put it even in the like thriller, those kind of go in with that feel too. 9 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. All right. Anything show up last minute? Oh, all right. I think that was it right there. Auction, bidding, and not winning anything. All right. What here out of these? Did you have any that stood out to you?
I think this was actually a pretty tough one.
Yeah.
For everybody. So I think I gotta go with
some more showed up. Some more showed up. They just were. I guess they were queued because of the. There's like a 20-second split.
Oh, I got you.
The Auction on Elm Street, Auction Razor, Children of the Auction, Lord of the Auctions, Boo Auction, and Christopher Nutter said hi auction. No. What's up, Christopher Nutter? How's it going?
Golly, I got to say it's between Children of the Auction and Auctionville Horror. It was pretty fun. I think I'm going to have to go Auctionville Horror, man.
Auctionville Horror. Let's see. Who was that? Who got that? That was one of the first ones. Grumpy Picker, you won. Ding, ding, ding. Everybody show some love to Kyle in the chat. Congratulations. All right, man. So this is our last one before we close out. And by the way, Christopher Nutter was on. I got on after it was done. And I thought I was getting on at the right time, but I got on after it was done. He was on Junk Monkeys live. So if you guys get a chance to go check out Junk Monkeys live, or it's not live anymore, but Christopher always has he has information on all kinds of stuff. So all right, guys, let's see what you're gonna win. We're getting closer to the first. I know there's a white one somewhere in here. So all right, so we have a red. Red is $10. So you won $10 from me. So if you will, man, you got my email. You'll take the prize in 10s and 20s. Well, you got a 10, so
take it in pennies.
So go ahead and send me in my email. You got my email, man. It should be, because we've sent emails back and forth. If you will, send me your email so I can send you $10. Send me an email with either Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal if you have any of that. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure out another way. And just send me that information in my email so I can send you money. Let me put you down here. I'm going to get this a little more organized. Put this up here. The merch, which we have only one person's won merch so far. We're still deciding on what we want to do with the shirts, but we have a really cool design. So, he said the top two. So Grumpy Picker would have won either way. So way to go. All right, guys. Well, I had fun. Is there anything that you want to, or do you think you'll ever do YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
I've dabbled in the thought. I can't ever bring I'm afraid I get lost in the the mix. There's so many people doing it these days.
Yeah, there are a lot of people doing it.
But I would enjoy it for sure. I would kind of like to do it. Like I'm really enjoying Chase After the Right Price. Their stuff is really cool, man.
They're Christians.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Their interaction with one another is really, really cool, man. I really dig
love their stuff.
Yeah, I do. There is a possibility, and I've thrown it around quite a bit. I thought about starting with Instagram short, doing some reels and whatever, because I do post on there periodically, but I might do something. We're gonna see.
Absolutely. So I don't know. You guys have seen him in here. You talked to him in here. I'm sure you talked to him on Instagram, but now if you're not friends, if you're not following him on Instagram, it's the same thing. That Flipper Dude. So in fact, I will. You care about share your Instagram up there?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And
some of those pics I was talking about are on there.
If anybody has it, real quick. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. I know your hat one is up there. Yeah, so I'm going to put him in the chat really quick, and then we will call it a night.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Or did you just send that to me?
I don't ever get the
No, you put up
ever.
Yeah, well, see that's why this is cool, because the truth is most resellers, even video game collectors, you don't really have, or anything in this kind of atmosphere, even YouTube, you don't really get to talk to people locally about it, because it is, it's not just like a normal thing. So this is kind of how you connect with people. And it's good too, because a lot of people see, I've seen that guy come into a chat, or I've seen that lady on an Instagram post, but that's why I like doing these. I'll find people that do have YouTubes, but then I like to bring people that don't have YouTubes as well.
Sure.
Because it's just really neat to connect with everybody. And I try, I don't, even though my main thing is video games, I try to connect both there. I like, that is the new thing, is one of the slogans is going to be bridging the gap. And I'm wanting to bridge the gap because the game people that are collecting, and then resellers, and then something that everybody can enjoy and communicate together and connect.
Yeah.
So here it is right here. Here's his Instagram. As you can see, he's a real cool dude. And that's actually you in the profile picture, isn't it?
That is me in the profile picture. I am a
There,
product of the hairband age, man.
there you go. I remember when I met you, I'm going to be honest. I was like, whoa, I was expecting this guy with a leather jacket and long hair.
That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah. So,
You know, it's funny. I knew that it was all over with whenever you would tell people about that and show them that picture and they laughed instead of thinking it was cool, you know.
why would they laugh? Oh, you talking about the picture of the hairband?
Yeah, yeah.
Here.
I knew it was all over with whenever you'd tell somebody and they would laugh instead of, oh man, I used to be cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna meet like an old rocker guy, and I was thinking, I was like, it's gonna be like I'm hanging out with my old punk friends, and I was like, well, I kind of am, I guess. We both are, you know, from the old school and that.
Yeah. So, we have a lot in common for sure.
That's right, absolutely. And the main thing that we have in common is the common salvation.
Yeah.
So the grace of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's what matters most. Look, and as I close out, I want to say this. The purpose for me doing YouTube, there's two things. I want to inspire people of all types to do something they love, but I've also had a real heart to there's a lot of Christians, like I said, chase after the right price. A lot of people don't know these people are Christians, and I'm not gonna. Some people are wanting to wait, and I don't want to go against their conscience. But there's a lot of people on YouTube that are actually Christians. You just don't know. They're clean and stuff, but you don't know. There's a lot of Christians, and something that's been on my heart is to really encourage people to not be ashamed and not be afraid to say the truth. You know, we are to be loving, but we're also to be as stern as truth. And truth is pretty hard sometimes. And in this culture where truth is thrown in the dumpster, I think it's time that Christians can still be a light and show grace to a lost and dying world, but say the truth. We think we're not allowed to say what sin is, say that there's one way to heaven, and we shouldn't be ashamed. You know, we have a platform even here in the Western world, even though there's corruption. And I'm not going to preach, but we have a platform we still have freedoms in some sense, where persecution comes, but nothing like it is over in Afghanistan or something. I think we need to take that grace, and people will do it in different ways, but let's be a light to a dying world. So I think it's really good, and it's really neat to meet a lot of people that are into things that I have no clue about, and maybe some things that I would have even been like, why are they into that? But it's really neat to see how massive Christ's body is, and how many different types of people there are, different walks, different views, but still believe in the gospel and believe there's only one way. And so yeah, well, amen. So God bless you guys. If you guys go follow his Instagram, and thank you guys. I went a little over, but that's okay. So we'll sign out, and remember Thursday night, I do have a stream. We're still going Mario 64, but I am probably going to go. There's a few games we're looking at. The Shredder's Revenge. You probably don't care. We're gonna be going into some old retro games too that we can go through real quick. So, well, God bless you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you next time.
See ya.